I want this chance to show you that your God in karate is so much nonsense. And that's quite easy to do. I know Kung Fu.
Show me. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another exciting edition of H8L Presents Fistfights and Fried Rice. I am your host, Taz, and brought with me this evening to discuss a wonderful topic that I feel that we're all going to have a very unique and insightful take on. This evening we brought with us the man, the myth, the legend, the man who defied all odds and proved everyone wrong that not only is the jab making its way back in 2021, but apparently Usman is our UFC welterweight champion and is here to stay. I bring you a one, Deku.
Deku, the demigod.
Oh, Deku, the demigod. What was it, the Caribbean Nightmare?
It's all of them. I'm like Shaq. You know, Shaq got a whole bunch of nicknames. Shaq Fu, Shaqtus, Deku the demigod. Deku is here, the fighter formerly known as Deku. It goes on.
Also rolling with us this evening, another man who needs no true introduction, rolling 15 inches deep, the destroyer of all things ovaries, the man who self-proclaims he likes big butts and he cannot lie. Women's self-defense is absolute trash. And, first and foremost, looks great in a pair of camo shorts. No pause on that. You look great, sir. I bring to you a one, Bastatch of the H8L, Lobo.
I was born ready, and I appreciate the comment.
You're certainly welcome, sir. And of course, no introduction is truly complete without my spirit animal, the yin to my yang, my brother from another mother, the better side of me, the other side of the coin, cool as the other side of the pillow. My spirit animal indeed, a one, UTBABYA.
Yo, yo, yo.
Listen to that baritone. Just listen to that shit. If you play your cards right, that could be yours. And of course he had to reboot right when I'm doing my fucking intros, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and do his intro for him anyway. The connoisseur of combat sports. The Rain Man of martial arts. I bring to you a one, Justice Magnificent. We are discussing steroids or performance enhancement drugs for fighters. So I'm just going to go round table on this one. Are you guys for or against, and why? Deku, I'm going to start with you.
As a still an active competitor in combat sports, I don't like steroids or any type of performance enhancing drugs inside combat sports because easily a person can easily get killed. To me, it's cheating, and I hate cheating, period. But on the other side of the coin, I mean, we cannot say that Pride didn't happen and gave us one of the greatest fights that we've probably ever seen in our lives. And because, you know, motherfuckers, they was really lax on the, you know, steroid policy. They actually encouraged it. But I feel like if they didn't allow steroids usage, I don't think we would have got so many good fights in Pride. There still would have been good fights, but they wouldn't have been as good if people wasn't on steroids. Sometimes it depends on the conversation. I'm kind of on the fence.
Well, I'm glad you at least, you know, played both sides because I want to call you a fucking pussy. But, you know, I'm glad I'm glad you reeled that in. Just giving you shit, man.
Reel those lips in.
Pause. You gotta pause that, bro. Pause.
Lobo, how about yourself, man?
Man, I'm gonna have to agree with Deku. It is cheating, but at the same time, like, some of the best fights ever have been people who are on performance enhancing drugs.
I like where this is going. Justice, sir. Same question to you, sir.
Hey, I'm all for it. In any sort.
That's the right fucking answer. That was short and sweet. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, everybody's doing it. People gonna die anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Everybody's doing it. That's horse speak.
Hey, then get on board. Hey.
I like that.
Man.
Listen.
All the EPOs and the TRTs, right?
Hey, a win is a win.
Right.
Just
I
comes
got a
in as
couple.
one solid muscle.
Listen. The spots between my toes have not been shot up yet, so I've never tried it.
There you go. All right, Mr. UTBABYA. Same question, sir.
I am for the use of any and all performance-enhancing drugs,
Amen to that.
only from about 2 weeks before the fight until about 2 weeks after the fight, and then after that, I think everyone should get tested. And my reasoning for this,
Okay.
my reasoning for this is that if you test people while they're training, then they will not get the added benefit of being able to perform techniques nearly as many times as if they were untested, because the drugs help them recover. So they won't be quite as proficient with some of those techniques. However, you juice them up for the fight so that they can take as much punishment as possible, because steroids are like super neuroprotective, and especially if you end up with, like your neck muscles and traps start to get all strong and fucking yoked out, and then your head can take a little more punishment. So we end up getting fights where people can just bite down on their mouth guard and trade shots, and they're way more exciting to, like, that fucking Forrest Griffin fight that single-handedly resurrected the UFC. And we'll get a bunch of fights like that, I think, because everyone will be just fucking monsters when they get in there, but they won't have been training on the sauce, so they're not like super dangerous to each other.
Okay. Well, I'm all for it. I am all for it. I want motherfuckers juiced up and yoked to the goddamn gills when it comes to fights. I want people pissing fucking lasers. I want dudes running through fucking walls. I want people hulked out of their goddamn minds. I want the days of Pride back all over. I want the freak show fights. I want fuckers that can lift up trucks. I need absolute fucking juggernauts in the cage or in the ring, putting on fights. As Justice said, we're all going to die at some point anyway. I might as well be fucking entertained as I watch two gladiators absolutely fucking go completely shithouse on each other for my amusement. For the amount of money these motherfuckers are getting paid, I don't want you clean. I want you on the best chemically enhanced shit ever. I want every fight to look like fucking Colossus versus Juggernaut. That's what I'm looking for. I want every punch to send shockwaves through the fucking building. I want knockouts to be so fucking brutal that you're talking about them for weeks to come because you're questioning of whether or not that motherfucker is ever going to see the light of day again. And I mean that. I want performance enhancement drugs in everything. Think about how much more entertaining ping pong would be if you got two juiced up motherfuckers destroying that little ping pong ball. Imagine golf on steroids. That would be fucking amazing. Can you imagine Tiger Woods hitting the fucking ball and not getting a hole in one, him just roiding the fuck out and just, this is bullshit, That'd be fucking amazing. Or imagine two Russian boxers yoked out on fucking performance enhancement drugs standing in the middle of a boxing ring. It would be life-changing. It'd make every sport entertaining. There would be no boring sports if people could do fucking roids. Women's beach volleyball, as sexy as it is and as amazing as it is to watch, imagine a bunch of fucking CrossFit yoked out steroid broads just running around spiking the ball.
I'm just imagining a bunch of yoked out figure skaters.
Right?
Doing triple backflips.
It'd be fucking amazing.
Moving forward, not backwards.
You can take the most boring fucking sports, and if you add steroids to them, they become the most entertaining. What's that?
Basketball still kind of sucks.
Oh, dude, not if they're all on roids.
They are.
Imagine LeBron James dunking from the 3-point line.
Fuck
That
dude,
dude
fuck
already is
dunking.
on shit.
Imagine if you're that motherfucker playing center and someone's dribbling the fucking ball towards you. You don't give a shit about stopping that pass. You don't give a shit about stopping that play. You're just trying to fucking elbow check this motherfucker into the ground.
I don't know, man. I think
That's
they're already saucing that shit up.
Well, they need more because there's not enough broken ankles. There's not enough shattered noses.
We need to bring back the days of those Karl Malone delts that are bigger than his head.
Goddamn right.
I don't care. That motherfucker was juiced to the gills too.
Oh, to the fucking.
There's no fucking way.
To the moon.
No fucking way, guys. That a big man is that big. He had to be juiced to the gills.
Dude,
Fuck that.
his teeth had veins on them.
Dude, I want every fucking fighter looking like Barry Bonds when they show up to weigh-ins. Every one of them. I don't even give a fuck what weight class.
Imagine Francis
Oh gosh.
on more.
Yes, exactly. A human goddamn rhino. That would be fucking amazing.
He'd be scarier than Bob Sapp at his prime.
And that's what we need more of. I don't give a shit that, more than likely you're probably going to fucking stroke out in your fucking 40s or 50s. Whatever. Fuck that. Who gives a shit about
But here's
that?
a question, though.
Get your
Are you,
glory
though?
now.
Exactly.
I mean, but here, the serious question.
Okay.
Are you, though? Really? I think steroids, for me growing up, you remember the football player played with Lyle as him.
Lyle Alzado.
Yeah. I think he was one of the people that you were like, hey, that's when they was really big on like, this shit is bad.
Yeah, it's because he was like one of the however many people who get that crazy brain cancer that he got, but he just happened to also be in the NFL and using steroids.
That motherfucker was on rocket fuel.
Yeah, but people didn't understand probability. So when and obviously he is going to think that like that might have been something. He's probably not going to know. Oh no, this probably was just going to happen anyway.
Man, I hear what you guys are saying. I really do. But man, maybe I'm just dead inside. But that deters me in the least. I still want everyone.
No, we're saying it's
to
not.
The kills.
We're saying it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying statistically you can just get it without steroids.
Yeah, it's booze. Like,
don't care.
Booze is what does it, not steroids.
I don't care if steroids causes fucking AIDS. I don't give a shit. I still want these motherfuckers out there fighting to the best of their ability for my amusement. Because I'm that guy. I'm the fucking Scrooge McDuck when it comes to fights. I'm that fucker that's just sitting there like Mr. Burns, tapping his fingers together. Excellent. Just watching two fucking meathead dude bros beat the ever-living shit out of each other. And
you're the Roman mob watching fights in the Coliseum.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
And I want you performing at your best. And if you need a, special enhancement, you need some fucking kangaroo meat, horse meat, fucking dino burgers, whatever the fuck it is that you need, go get it. I don't care. If you got to snort the fucking ashes of some dead athlete, I don't care. Do whatever it is that you got to do to be entertaining.
And as a fan, I mean, do we ever just really think about that? Hey, we are asking two people to get inside a cage or a ring and literally punch, kick, stomp, knee the shit out of each other for 15, 20, 30 minutes nonstop and expect them to come out of that normally.
Exactly.
Then say, hey, I want to see you back in 3 or 4 months and do it against somebody that's even tougher.
3 or 4 months? Dude, look at that Kazmat shit. Look at that Kevin Holland shit. These motherfuckers spent the entire summer just fighting.
Exactly. So, don't you think steroids would help? I mean, steroids would help the recovery process. It would keep people like that going.
It sure would.
Injuries. Just whatever it is. It's just the recovery. I don't care. As I tell people, I don't give a fuck what you say. Ben Johnson ran that 9.79 back in the late 80s. I seen Lance Armstrong win the Tour de France. I don't give a fuck how many they took from him. I saw it with my own eyes because I watched them on the Versus Network. There's people that can take steroids all their life and still couldn't do the shit that they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
A dub is a dub as far as I'm concerned.
A dub is a dub.
A dub is a dub. Plus, you have to look at it.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Exactly. Plus, you have to look at it like this. When you get the fucking jacked up fucking musclehead dude bros, they're good for the sport. They're good for every sport. Think about how boring weightlifting and shit would be if you didn't have dude bros. You need them. You need them.
Who the fuck watches weightlifting?
I do.
I watch strongman.
I put it all in the same category. I put it all in the same category.
I watch the female events at the CrossFit Games.
I was about to say I watch that female.
About what I watch.
I ain't watching the guys. Yeah.
I mean,
Balls.
no homo. I'm impressed at what
Balls.
these motherfuckers do. I mean, anybody can lift those fucking Atlas stones and shit like that. That's some hardcore shit.
That's strong, man. That's impressive.
Again, I lump it all together. Fucking CrossFit, weightlifting, strongman it's all fucking weightlifting to me. That's the era I grew up in.
Yeah, it's all strength.
Exactly. When I'm watching the fucking Ronnie Colemans of the world lift up a fucking Buick and carry that bitch down a football field, that's impressive. Because in my mind, this is how I rationalize that. That is impressive, sir. You've taken whatever vitamins you've needed to take and lifted whatever ungodly weight in the fucking gym that you've had to lift in order to carry 3 refrigerators down the length of a football field to win a trophy. Good on you. Good on you. And then when I look at these guys when they're in their 40s and their bodies are all shriveled up and they need assistance walking, to me it's all worth it. It was all worth it.
How many people are like that though? How many people are like that though? I only know of
Ronnie Coleman,
Lex Luger from wrestling.
What's that white guy, Jay Cutler or Jay something, or that white guy was like, it was always like Ronnie Coleman's rival.
You mean Ronnie Coleman's bitch.
See, that's bodybuilding. I'm gonna say something about bodybuilding. You know what?
Yeah, that's a little different. They're doing real fucked up. They're like injecting fucking insulin and shit. Like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they don't give a shit.
What's the point? I don't get what's the point in that. Like, that's not my thing. Weightlifting, I get it. You're trying to get you showing off strength, but just posing in small ass draws and your junk and at the expense of your junk shriveling up. I pass.
Again, that's why we have dude bros. Dude bros live for this shit. Dude bros will inject fucking kerosene in their fucking balls and shrivel them motherfuckers up just to get that extra pump to look half an inch bigger. Bicep wise, just had to clear that up. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for you doing that because I will never do that. and
everyone,
exactly.
Dig yourselves an early
there
grave
you go.
for my
you know
entertainment.
What? Die early for me. And ultimately, again, like I said, I'm probably fucking dead inside, but that's how I honestly look at it. I could sit back and watch all the documentaries on the fucking the fucking power lifter dudes and their aches and pains, and to me, it's all worth it. You needing a fucking, one of those little old lady fucking wheelie carts to get around the grocery store to get your fucking creatine, it's all worth it.
I think they did some like survey where they asked I forget if it was track and field or like a bunch of Olympians or something, if they could take some drug now and they were guaranteed to win to not lose an event for the next 6 years, but then they would die 15 years later, and 78% of them said yeah. It's not like these people aren't, especially in fighting, it's not like they're not, they're beating the shit out of each other. They're beating years off of each other's lives in those cages. And I actually, again, like I said, I actually think that this shit would actually be protective if they're on while they're fighting. I think it would actually extend careers and keep people healthier.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, it's it's not like we as the spectators are really protecting the athletes because they're already doing crazy shit to themselves to try and get an edge.
Dude, have you seen the motherfucker that fucking injected fucking tire sealant in his fucking biceps? I know you guys have seen that fucking moron.
Oh, that's a crazy person.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's an insane person.
Russian
But
guy?
Yeah, the fucking Russian dude, the fucking lunatic.
Yeah, the dude with the giant fucking Popeye arms.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm all for it. I hope he inspires a legion of idiots to inject tire sealant into their bodies to walk around and pretend feats of strength. I need that in my life.
Laid again
Exactly.
And skim their genes off the top of the gene pool.
Exactly. All this is, gentlemen, that we're discussing is just a performance enhanced way of basically thinning out the herd. That's all we're doing. We're weeding out the alpha and beta males, and we're just allowing these dude bros to fucking just, dig their graves till the fucking job is done, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. Because again, as we've all come to terms with, we're not gonna do it.
And that's what America's all about, after all.
Goddamn right. If you think about it, how many of us are ever gonna fucking climb K2 or fucking, scale the highest fucking Alps for the sake of just climbing some shit? We're not gonna do
Keep
it.
that.
K2.
Keep that.
We're not gonna do it at all. But I'll let some other idiot do it. Let them lose their toes and their fingers just to climb up a giant rock and say, I did it. Good for you. Bravo. I'm going to play a game that you can no longer play. It's called Count My Fingers and Toes. But hey.
Well, they can play, but their game's just going to end earlier than yours.
Far earlier. But at least they have the peace of mind of saying, well, hey, Taz, you just sat your fat ass on the couch. What did you do with your life? I lived it. Watching you fuck yours up. And it was great. And that's ultimately the American way, is it not?
I mean, it is, we do have the freedom to watch other people fuck their lives up and then crow incessantly over.
Exactly. Like Lobo mentioned fucking Bob Sapp earlier on. I commend this motherfucker. He did the ultimate dude bro move. I'm a jacked, swole fucking ogre. Yoked to the gills, juiced up on whatever. I do a couple tough mans. Some motherfucker from Japan flies me the fuck over there. They're providing me with money, food, bitches, drugs, whatever. I do a couple bullshit fights. Destroy some cats that are far smaller than me, and I make millions doing it. And granted, okay, sometimes I had to fight real motherfuckers. Sometimes I won, most of the time I lost. But each time I lost, ching, it just adds to that fucking fortune. And you know what that motherfucker's doing now? Sitting in fucking Japan being rich as shit, living the dream. And he can thank steroids for that.
He can thank Victor Conte pretty much for it.
There you go.
Actually, no, the guy that Victor Conte got it from, that's who he can thank for it. Apparently, I don't know if you guys heard that on, again, most of my information apparently comes from Rogan, now that I'm saying it all out loud, but when Victor Conte was on Rogan, he was talking about the dude that he got this shit from. He said apparently sold like 5 gallons of it to some large MMA fighter over in Japan.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder who that
could be. And I'm okay with it. I don't give a shit if that dude is sitting with a fucking 7-Eleven fucking big gulp cup just slurping down fucking steroids. I'm okay with it. As long as you're entertaining. Now, if you pull a fucking Dillashaw, yeah, I had to go there, Justice. If you pull a Dillashaw, take some performance enhancement drugs, and then get your ass whooped against somebody clean, you fuck the game.
That's actually even more entertaining to me.
Like that just fucks the game.
That's funnier. That's funnier.
Like, how do you cheat and fucking lose? God damn it. I can't even call that karma. That's literally cheating wrong.
And that, you know what? And that's the whole point when people talk about roids. You know what? It doesn't matter how juiced up you are. A good clean shot across the jaw, it doesn't matter. It doesn't keep you from getting knocked out.
Oh, it matters.
Does it?
It matters.
Yeah.
When Crow Cop punched Bob Sapp in his eye 3 times and Bob Sapp crumbled over like
But that's because Bob Sapp's a pussy.
Yeah,
he's like a legit.
Yeah, he's a legit bitch.
That's the big joke of it.
Yeah,
he's an ogre, but he's also a pussy.
He's literally Shrek.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't the Hulk.
No. But to his credit, he did get his fucking orbital bone broken. But to me, what was hilarious about that is watching this giant ogre laying on the ground, squealing like a pig. And it was hilarious. It was fucking amazing. And then you got Crow Cop, who's also clearly on better drugs, just standing across the ring like, yes, he die here. Your second-rate steroids. Sad.
Got that wish.com
I think
steroids.
that's
Yeah, you know what? He had those goddamn Swedish fucking steroids, them sticks and berries. He went on that real shit.
I think that's more of an example of good technique and steroids.
I'm just saying, if you're a combat athlete if you're just an athlete and you're going to take steroids, I want you taking the pharmaceutical shit. I want fucking 8 dudes from MIT sitting in a fucking lab creating the ultimate steroid to the point where you literally piss lasers. That's how you know you're on that good shit. I need you on that Michael Phelps shit, because that nigga turned into Aquaman. I'm convinced that there is no way he did the shit that he was able to do without drugs.
Didn't he just get busted for weed?
First off, weed is not a drug.
No, I'm saying, like, when he got busted, wasn't that the only thing he got caught for?
That's the only thing they chose to go public with.
Fair enough.
You know,
He got kicked out of school for weed, supposedly.
the real culprit, weed.
Right.
Yes, that's the real crime right there. Not the fucking MIT grade pharmaceutical shit that glows in the fucking dark. Not that shit. Not the gamma ray induced fucking performance enhancement drug. No, not that. But that bullshit that grows out of the fucking ground. I can't take nature's drug. Weed is fantastic. Just throwing that out there. Not that I partake in weed because I'm a good Catholic Christian Baptist, whatever the fuck it is this week. I don't know.
Catholic Christian Baptist. That is quite.
All the denominations.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Boy, that's impressive.
Whichever one lets me take fucking steroids and fight, that's the one I am.
I don't think any
If
of
it
them
is
have a
what God
stance.
commands you to do, then it is what God commands you to do.
I mean, since we're talking about roids and fighting, we'll shift more to the fighting aspect. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts on the effectiveness of martial arts styles that don't do or advocate sparring or fighting? Do you find that these arts could still potentially be legit, or are they more legitimately shit? I'm just curious as to where you guys stand on this.
So, what kind of arts,
Like, don't have, like,
other than Aikido?
and Tai Chi and all that jazz.
Oh yeah, Tai Chi.
Women's self-defense.
Don't forget about
Very
ninjutsu.
self-defense styles, yeah.
Women's self-defense.
Don't
We're
forget-
just going to lump that in one category.
got ninjutsu.
Yeah,
Now, I've
ninjutsu.
seen people who do ninjutsu and try to fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm holding up air quotes here.
Some systems of Krav.
A lot of systems.
Yeah.
What's that one martial art with all the hippies and shit? And
Yellow bamboo.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that
Oh
bullshit.
fuck.
Japanese style jiu-jitsu.
They don't spar in that?
They don't really? They don't
No.
really?
They don't even do randori.
Wow.
What?
Huh.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah,
So you telling me
Nope.
Japanese style
Nope.
jiu-jitsu?
No, they do not.
The reason behind Brazilian jiu-jitsu don't do any type of
that's
practice.
judo.
Nope. That is why Jigoro Kano broke away and created judo.
Ah.
Well, that
Wow.
actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Because
That's
remember,
partly
the
Japanese.
basis of Japanese jiu-jitsu was taken from Aikijitsu. Aikijitsu was supposed to be the unarmed art of the samurai, utilizing joint locks and holds and breaks in order to, well, kill or maim their opponent. That was nice in theory, but how do you train to kill someone without killing them?
Right.
So Jigoro Kano's whole thing was, well, how do you toss a motherfucker on his face without actually tossing him on his face? How do you know any of this shit would fucking work unless you actually apply it?
Like you gotta do. They have to show the technique, right?
See what
Like-
you just see.
It
You
was like
just
Aikido
answered your
class
question.
thing to do.
There's a difference between showing the technique and applying the technique. What is Japanese jiu-jitsu? You know, they'll sit there and, okay, let me get your hand, let me bend your wrist this way, and now you fall down. Yeah, bitch.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Brazilian jiu-jitsu, they roll. Judo, they roll. There is no real Randorian like Aikido. There's no real Randorian Japanese jiu-jitsu. Because the belief is these techniques are made to maim and kill.
Wow.
Yeah. Blew your minds on
Oh,
that shit.
okay. So If these techniques are used to maim and kill, how would you know?
And that is where the dilemma comes into play. That's why you have offshoots such as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and like some forms of submission grappling. They had to break away to prove that these techniques rule. Or not rule, but these techniques actually work. Remember when we did the discussion about the Carney style wrestling? You know, at first it started off just seeing who was tougher than who. And then it turned into more of like a show and a dance and so forth. But those initial moves, you had to test them out on a motherfucker to know for sure. How do you know the Boston Crab works? You put a motherfucker in the Boston Crab, and when you hear them screaming for pain, you know it works. But how do you get them in that position? You have to roll, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, again, if you don't roll or spar, you don't know how it will work. I mean, even with the most dangerous techniques, I mean, there's still a control point or a stopping point you can get to.
Mm-hmm.
Some type of way. But man, don't be trying to demonstrate, oh, this is a deadly technique to kill somebody, and you can't land the technique.
A lot of arts are like that. Like, I mean, look, prime example. We talked about this not too long ago. Look at the Dog Brothers. There's a reason why they broke off and really started doing their own shit. We've all seen those videos of the fucking what do you call it, the the knife defense shit. The first video is a dude doing all the cool, flashy, twirly bird shit, and then the second video, dude just getting fucking run down and the shit just shanked out of him.
Yeah.
That's real shit. How do you truly train this shit unless you're not playing for fucking keeps? So that's why it astounds me that so many of these arts have so many followers and practitioners that when you go to apply that shit, you start getting fucked up. And it just amazes me that people still drink the Kool-Aid of these arts.
Well, that's my main problem with self-defense.
What is self-defense?
Yes, tell us your thoughts on self-defense. Really, you're not gonna.
It's mostly that it's generally people who do it are doing a weekend seminar where they're showing like a few things, and then they're like, "Yeah, now that you know this, you're perfectly able to protect yourself and your family and loved ones from any harm of anybody of any size." Well, you're not learning how to apply it. You're not really learning how to do it, and you're not repeating the action of being able to do it in a stressful situation.
That was well said, sir.
Well, that's my problem with the whole thing.
Once you take away the fucking flash and pizzazz and all that other shit, if you're not applying this shit in a real setting, or at least as close as you can to a real setting, how do you know this shit will work in any fucking capacity?
Yeah, you don't.
Okay, I used to want to take Aikido. I'll openly admit that. Man, them Steven Seagal flicks had me thinking that shit was the most dangerous shit on the fucking planet. And then I started watching these videos, and I'm like, wait, this is a choreographed dance. Now, don't get me wrong. As UTBABYA has proven to me in my living room, some of those locks will fuck you up. It's just getting in a position to be put in that lock. That's
low probability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we literally watched this one video, and I can't remember the full technique, but basically it started off as a fucking handshake. And dude did some, like, sidestep and, like, pulled the dude's arm. Motherfucker did this crazy-ass, like, front flip into, like, a fucking arm bar, and it looked great.
Why would you do that to somebody shaking your hand?
Well, it was supposed to be like I don't know, if they fucking shook your hand and tried to sucker punch you kind of shit. The way that the dude set it up in the video looked legit as shit. So, of course, me and UTBABYA being idiots, we were literally shaking our fucking hands in my living room trying to figure out, okay, well, we got the handshake part. How the fuck do we get to the flip aspect?
That shit was so ridiculous.
Dude, it was I wish I had the time to find that fucking video. Like, the shit was insane. But what got me, though, is that the video was from, like, some like, martial arts institute or some shit. It wasn't like some just video of some dude in his fucking garage or his dojo just doing some shit. It was like some instructional bullshit that, like, they would have taught, like, law enforcement or some shit. This shit was crazy.
In, like, the 80s.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, it's amazing to me that any of these arts have, like, any traction after 1993.
Oh, well played. I saw what you did.
Like, after the first UFC, that should have immediately, like, everyone should have been like, oh, okay, we can now
I
get
can
rid
tell
of
you how they're still
90%
going on.
of all of these arts.
Exactly.
I can tell you exactly how they're still going on.
Do tell.
Oh, well, these moves are too dangerous for the UFC.
And that right there, that I'm glad you said it. That is what burns the shit out of me. Every time I hear that, it is one of the most cringeworthy statements ever. Because in my mind, how do you prove that? Yeah, I'm dead inside. What can I say? It just astounds me that so many people believe this. Like, oh man, I train in Oki fucking Doki Ninjutsu or whatever, and my fucking eagle fang fist is just too goddamn deadly, and I'll fucking kill you if I hit you with it in the ring. What? What creature have you killed? Like, how do you know? My master told me.
Yeah, did you do it to a deer?
Exactly. Like, did you pet your fucking dog and pull its heart out just because you had it like that? Like, the fuck? You want some Lenny from Mice and Men shit? Like, you just pet a motherfucker and they die? Like, help me out.
I think part of that shit is that, like, people who are scared of violence, like, inherently, are looking for a, like, cerebral way to outmaneuver or, like, outsmart or do something that doesn't require risk and doesn't require, like, a lot of effort on their part.
Yeah, and that absolutely blows my mind, just to know that, like, you're paying however many dollars a fucking month, and there's no competitions, there's no training in true to life situations, there's no sparring, there's no rolling, there's no fighting. Everything is just absolute compliance between you and another individual. I know it sounds like we're shitting on the peaceful arts of non-combat, and in a way we kind of are, but
it's because we are. We totally
are.
We will continue to do so.
And that's just who we are as people. And for those listening, those who are fans of the show, if you are one of these individuals that is partaking in one of these non-sparring, non-fighting, non-rolling, completely compliant arts, that's fine. Continue to do so if that's what makes you feel good. But please,
good for your health.
Exactly, it's good for your health. Get your chi going, whatever the fuck helps you. But come to the realization, if and when you ever have to defend yourself, you're gonna get fucked up. You're gonna get fucked up, and you're probably gonna get robbed. You're probably gonna get your shoes, your coat, and your hat fucking taken from you, and you're gonna be walking down the street fucking barefoot, wondering why didn't my small circle jiu-jitsu work? I can't believe.
I was waiting on that.
I can't believe it didn't work. I did everything I was supposed to do. Why didn't they flip over? Why didn't their arms shatter in 1,000 places? I don't understand.
What is that?
Small Circle Jiujitsu.
What?
Wally J.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys don't know about small.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, it's
wow.
I'm going to turn the floor over to Justice, so Justice can school you mindless peons in regards to small circle jiu-jitsu, the most dangerous style of jiu-jitsu on the planet.
Yeah, small circle jiu-jitsu was pretty much it was, I can't remember the different arts he based it on, but he had like these 10 principles of where you was pushing and pulling a certain direction during combat to where you would be able to disable and hurt somebody, whatever. But there is no doesn't work. Yeah, doesn't work. It doesn't work.
His art pretty much said, hey, if you're losing a fight, bend a finger.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where that comes from.
Yeah, and then like how he would, go circling to the floor.
Yep, circle to the floor.
Oh my god!
Wow! It's crazy because I fast forwarded to the part where he was bending the finger. Wow! This shit. Wow!
This motherfucker, and Justice could tell you, this is before BJJ popped off. This motherfucker was in high demand.
Yeah, I mean, after the UFC hit, anything with the word jiu-jitsu was so damn popular.
Oh yeah.
crazy. Black Belt Magazine, Inside Kung Fu.
Wow.
They would have
Wow.
like they would legitimately have him, George Dillman on the cover at least two times a year.
But before BJJ took off, this was the system of jiu-jitsu for those of you who wanted to survive in the streets. Nothing like grabbing a man's pinky and squeezing it.
Pause.
No pause. All pinky. All squeeze.
Right to the knuckle.
I can't help but notice, UTBABYA, you're being awfully quiet, sir. That tells me
That's
you are in
because I am
shock.
just entranced by this ridiculous.
I had
fucking
no
video.
idea you didn't know about
Wow, I
Small
watched 3
Circle
seconds of it
Jiu-Jitsu.
and I was like, yeah, I'm turning this shit off.
But you like how 90% of this video is him basically squeezing and twisting this motherfucker's fingers?
It's
Wow.
just-
Yeah,
I mean-
seen people make fun of it. I've never known where it's come from.
well, now I'm transfixed. I'm transfixed by Wally's terrible hair, and then also the incredible mullet on one of the dudes that he's demonstrating on.
That mullet is majestic, sir.
I mean, it looks like the dude from Eastbound and Down.
Oh, yeah. He is breaking Danny McBride's finger right now.
Yeah, that's yep. He's poor Danny.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
I mean, here's a question.
Okay.
So you would let me? I mean, I would let you grab my wrist
Oh, yeah.
and my finger without you getting elbowed or punched in your face.
So
I feel like that dude should be doing Rex Kwando or something.
I like how he's not even letting go when the dude's tapping too.
Right?
can't
You-
tap
oh my
because
God.
You know what the fucked up
of
part
the
is?
whole body.
This
Yo,
dude
dude.
has an entire ground system of this shit. What's so fucked is that this dude at one point in time was highly regarded. And like Justice said, this dude was on the cover of fucking Black Belt at least 2 or 3 times a fucking year, if not more. He was the maestro, if you will, of fucking jiu-jitsu. They thought his small circle shit was so ahead of its fucking time. They thought, basically, and Justice could tell you, small circle jiu-jitsu in the late 80s, early 90s was basically what BJJ is today.
It was really that popular?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man. Crazy popular.
And by the way, he did make Black Belt Magazine Hall of Fame in 1990.
Yes, he did.
No.
Yeah. UTBABYA, I'm telling you, small circle jiu-jitsu was the end-all be-all for fucking jiu-jitsu.
God damn it. I already have enough hate in my heart for so many other things, and now I got to make more room for this.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. There is no randori in this art. There's no rolling. You can't. It's all interlocking fingers and fucking finger grabs. And he took from numerous systems of jiu-jitsu. Now, I will give him his credit. He does have some principles that would definitely work. You know, again, when you're bending fingers, you're going to get a certain response. If you didn't know anything about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because remember, when this was popular, BJJ was not popping here in the States. So when you saw videos or instructionals where you go into the hip toss, into the falling armbar, that was a staple in Black Belt Magazine. Mm-hmm. And they would always call it the Japanese armbar, too, which was hilarious. Now, the application of the armbar, it's not wrong. But again, I mean, armbar is an armbar. You pinch your thighs together, bend that fucking arm back, and hoist your hips. And again, I'm sure some of this shit probably fucking hurts. I don't fucking doubt it. You know, if you fucking bicep slice a motherfucker, that shit hurts. To me, the problem, though, again, no one's resisting. No one's just going to let you hip toss them over and over again into a falling armbar, into a fucking bicep slicer.
For the record, there are some questionable inductees in this Black Belt Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like 80% of them.
but there, he is not. But there is a couple of other names that.
This is one of the reasons right here why everyone in the world fucking dick rides BJJ is the greatest fucking submission shit on the planet, because at least you have to work to get fuckers into these positions.
Yeah, might have to agree with that.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from BJJ. It's got its principles, it's got its ups, it's got its downs, but you still gotta roll. No one's just gonna give you the fucking armbar. It was about time where some systems of Japanese jiu-jitsu get shit on as well.
I mean, do we even call this a system of Japanese jiu-jitsu, or is this just some fucking con man?
I mean,
well played, sir.
So he has his roots in
He does.
Hawaiian jiu-jitsu, which is an offshoot of Japanese.
Oh, stop.
So yeah, the lineage. Listen, I get what you're saying. The lineage is there. The point is, he got a legit system behind him, like traditionally, but he came up with this bullshit and just kind of like just stay traditional. Don't do sparring. Don't just stay traditional. Leave shit alone. Don't touch anything. Just stop touching shit. That's it. Stop touching shit. That's what I'm start telling people. Stop touching shit. Leave it alone.
This, you know what? This right here is one of the reasons why Japanese jiu-jitsu does not get any respect here in the States.
I can see why.
That's why Japanese jiu-jitsu, as far as I'm concerned, outside of Japan, it's a dead art.
Wow. Okay.
I'm being honest. When's the last time you've seen a Japanese jiu-jitsu school? I'll wait.
Yeah, I was looking for him actually, and I found like one place that was like, this is like up in Maryland, but the one place that said it was, but like, you know, looking on the website, it was pretty sus.
I think it's pretty safe to say that we're all in the same kind of mindset in regards to these particular arts that don't advocate sparring or fighting or rolling or any true to life situations that they're bullshit if you're not doing any of those things. Is that a safe assessment, gentlemen?
I totally agree.
Pretty much.
Good deal. And with that segue, it's time to wash this palate clean of the bullshit that not only we've been discussing but watching. It is time to discuss our craptacular karate flick, and it had better get nothing but fives across the board. 1986's Big Trouble in Little China.
And now, our feature presentation.
Big Trouble in Little China. A fucking cinematic masterpiece. This film fucking rules. The story of Jack Burton and the Pork Chop Express rolling into fucking Chinatown to hang out with his nigga Wang. To where he is then tasked to pick up two hot bitches from the fucking airport. One is Sex and the City's Kim Cattrall, who actually looks fantastic in this movie. Very, delectable. And this movie actually reminds me of how old she actually is in real life, but I don't care, she still looks great. As well as Wang's bride-to-be, this green-eyed beauty whose name I didn't bother to take the time to fucking learn or memorize, because who gives a shit? She's fucking shit hot, so it doesn't matter. That's all you need to know. Anyway, what ensues is an hour and a half of kung fu fucking greatness. You got wizards, flying brains with multiple eyes. You got the fucking flying kung fu 3 or 4 horsemen of Mortal Kombat inspired shit. Fucking yetis. Did I mention kung fu? Fuck yeah, I did. Kung fu at a funeral to which fucking people are pulling out staffs that are carrying a person's casket in order to go into a fucking gang war. This movie is amazing. Did I mention Kurt Russell's in it? Yeah, he's in that shit too. And I can't remember if it was a fucking Uzi or whatever the fuck kind of mini machine gun he fucking has, but he has this shit, and he finally gets to kill somebody with it later on in the movie, but it's fucking amazing. And the ultimate thing to take back from this movie is that it gets definitely a 5-star from me, and it makes me want to not only catch knives and throw them at people, it makes me want to brush up on my kung fu. This movie is fucking great. It's a 5 for me. What's up, Justice? How you feel about this movie?
Hey, your check is in the mail. Yes, sir.
It's all in the reflexes.
That quote, listen, the quote at the beginning of the movie tells it all. It's just an overall good movie. Like, he just got some quotes in the movie, man. I mean, just an old American tale about a man with some women trying to find his damn truck. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? It's that good of a movie. Again, wanna know where Raiden come from? What's his name? Raiden?
Yep, Raiden from Mortal Kombat is directly inspired from this character.
Yes, this movie is it. And it's John Carpenter. People don't know who that is.
Well, that was back when he used to give a shit about the movies he was making.
Yeah, I mean, this right here was again one of his best movies.
Oh, hands down. Hands down, Kurt Russell fucking kills it. The dude, everything that comes out of his mouth is just fucking, just a zinger. This shit is amazing. Checks in the mail, it's all in the fucking reflexes. Oh, dude, all I want back is my truck. I don't give a shit about your wife. That shit is fucking fantastic. And to a lesser known fact, you know, his sidekick Wang is pretty dope in this movie as well. You know, he doesn't do, one thing I like about this movie is that for its time, it was very rare to find a lot of Asians or Asian Americans or whatever in an action-related movie that weren't all playing stereotypes. There's not people walking around with the bullshit fucking accents. There's nobody, no one's doing any of that shit. Everybody has a place. Everybody has a fucking role. And it's fucking great. Wang isn't just a sidekick. He's not just a side piece either. This dude actually brings something to the table. And when it's time for him to start whooping ass, he whoops ass. You would think the movie would be about Kurt Russell, but it's actually not. He actually plays second fiddle to everyone else, and it works. It fucking works. Every character is memorable. The fight scenes are fucking great. The fight scene in the alley where the dude just parks his truck and the two gangs fucking go at it, and they're just sitting in the truck just watching this shit go down. Love it.
It's great.
Fucking love it. Lo Pan is not intimidating by any means, but he gives off that such a creepy fucking vibe. And I love when they first introduce him. He's a fucking weird, perverted little old man in a fucking wheelchair. This movie is great, man. It holds up, and it will continue to hold up. And it's one of those movies I hope that they never, ever, ever try to remake. Ever. Because it doesn't get any better than this. UTBABYA, your thoughts, sir?
I mean, it's a fucking classic for a reason. I agree. I don't know how you get better than this. Is there anything missing?
From an American-made martial arts movie, you'd be hard-pressed.
It's a dope fucking movie.
Deku's probably asleep. Deku, did you watch this movie?
That ain't it.
Was straight dude bottles.
Pause.
Yeah, no. Hey. No, he talked to a girl. Hey.
Hey, girl, hold on.
Pause.
You know, we done.
Hard and
You
soft
want to do the
tacos.
thing?
Yeah, money's on the counter.
Money's on the counter. Checks in the mail.
Get yourself cats and dogs out there.
You want to do the thing? Yeah, do the thing.
Lobo, how about you?
I'll call you an Uber.
Right? you get that lift in the morning.
Cat there.
He gonna be mad as hell when he hit us.
Hold on. I'll go get you a bird scooter.
Hey, girl, you take quarters?
Scooter.
Oh, shit, what's up, Deku?
Yeah, I heard everything you guys said, but I didn't know. The crazy part about it, I didn't know I didn't unmute myself, which is crazy. I'm like, what? They don't hear me? Like
Deku, big trouble.
I was laughing like a motherfucker. Don't get me wrong.
I was like, yeah, girl, you accept quarters, you know?
Y'all forgot the infamous. Give me some head.
Oh, well, Deku, sir, your thoughts on this classic, Big Trouble in Little China. Your thoughts, sir.
Oh, I didn't watch the movie, but to be honest with
I
you,
was gonna say that.
You had to have seen this movie
with you-
sometime in your life.
be honest with you, it sounded trash from y'all
Oh,
explaining it.
come on!
It sounded bad, to be honest. I was like, man, these people are really hyping up this
Man.
movie. It sounds like
Man, if
doo-doo
you watch
dog
this movie
shit.
and don't like it, you have no soul.
Justice, how do you rate this movie, sir?
It's a 5, man. The most underrated part of this movie is, I guess for me, is the fact of how they use the old cinematic kung fu on how they carry them on the string, not the flying in the air.
Uh-huh.
Oh, when they're
The
doing
whole
trampolines
action
level.
scenes where, they're flying with the swords and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
They're not just, and it's not like, what's the new guy that came out with new stuff like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
No, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
where it's
I've seen
over.
the
It's not the new school over the top. It's the simple hop up in the air, 2 or 3 strikes in the air, boom boom, get back down, jump up in the air, boom boom boom, and it's just It's legit choreography. Yeah, I mean, it's a 5, man.
One thing that definitely shocked me about this movie that I give them a lot of credit for, they kept it entirely Chinese. All the decor, all the decorations, Chinese. That's rare in a movie. Normally you have Japanese actors playing Chinese or Chinese actors playing Japanese, you know, the old stereotype that they all look alike or whatever. Nope, they went for straight authenticity. everyone in this movie is, besides Kurt Russell and Kim Cattrall, obviously, everyone's either Chinese or Chinese descent or Chinese American.
Quick question.
Sir?
You remember the gang fight scene?
Of course.
And you got the guy with the Asian guy with the long hair, the mustache, on the opposite side.
Rocking the Fu
Manchu. That guy's a damn legend. I don't know his damn name.
No one does.
That guy's
no one knows his name.
The guys in the beginning of that scene are legends.
Man.
They've been in just about every movie.
There's so many fucking who's who of Chinese martial arts legends in this fucking movie. But that dude that you're talking about with the fucking bald on top with the weird ass side ponytail shit with the Fu Manchu mustache, he had the bullets across his fucking chest and carrying 2 6-shooters. I love that fucking guy. That fucking dude is the quintessential Asian bad guy and has been in probably more films than any of us could ever fucking name off. There's a particular move that's in this movie that I want to try on somebody so bad. It is during the gang fight. One of the dudes gets his golden staff knocked out of his hands and he gets kicked on top of some debris. Dude picks up a 2x4. Puts it behind this dude's head.
You do this every damn time. We doing technique of the day.
Fuck you. No. It was...
do it every time. Oh my god!
It does a jump knee through that motherfucker's face into the back of the board. That made me want to jump knee motherfuckers until I died. Now I mean to steal your move of the day.
You knew I was gonna say that move. I was like, you knew I was gonna do that. Yeah, but that's the move right there. And he pretty much, he held that dude's head with a 2x4. Man. If you didn't die, just go ahead and act dead.
Yeah, for real. I would have. UTBABYA, how do you rate this movie, sir?
Oh, this gets a 5, no doubt.
Good man. Lobo, sir.
As one of my favorite films growing up, this gets a solid 5. No questions asked.
That's what's up. Well, there you have it, folks. 5s across the board. Fuck Deku. 5s across the board. This right here, if you have not seen it, I cannot recommend this movie enough. It'll have everything you're looking for. If you're into fantasy, they got that shit. If you're into martial arts, they got that shit. Comedy, they got that shit. Action, they got that shit. Shootouts, sword fights, knife fights, fist fights, you name it, they got it.
The guy that explodes.
And there's a guy that explodes.
Yep, it was just a classic, man. It just one of those up there with the Warriors and Karate Kid, like. Just overall good movie.
Oh yeah, I think for an American made fuck you. I think for an American made martial art film, as much as I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to put Karate Kid on this list. But I think for just American made martial arts films, I think you don't get any better than Enter the Dragon, Big Trouble in Little China, Karate Kid. I'm gonna go place a wild card here. I'm gonna go a little Cynthia Rothrock, China O'Brien.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can respect that.
And I'm just talking just straight American-made martial arts films. I mean, you got some others, but when you think about those that really stand the test of time, the first 3 that I named off definitely do.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
China O'Brien, that's an acquired taste, but those first 3, nah, man. Your kids will be talking about fucking Karate Kid and how Daniel-san is garbage. Well, gentlemen, that was all I had in regards to episode 34. I thank you guys for coming out this evening. Let's get the fuck out of here. Be sure to listen, like, share, and subscribe for all the latest episodes, news, and updates. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at fistfights.friedricepodcast or at H8L.muay thai. On Twitter, follow us at H8L_Fight Talk.